Hello, welcome back. So now in this part, we will discuss the types of staircase. So there are various types of staircase that we generally use in our building. So there may be a lot of variety of shapes and support conditions, and hence therefore design considerations also vary accordingly for each type, because there are different types of staircases that we generally use in our building, and because of this variety the design considerations also vary. So there are some most common geometrical configuration which we will discuss here. So a common type of staircase is stair flight stair with or without intermediate landing. So if it is without landing, it will look like this. And if there is intermediate landing in this, so it will something look like this. So flight, then landing, then flight. So this is the simplest type of staircase. Then coming to the another type, one is called quarter turn stairs. In this, stair flight turns quarterly and it looks like this. So in this you can see this flight is turning at 90 degree, and at the turning point we provide a landing. Well, sometimes when there is height restrictions or space constraints, in that case sometimes what we do is we provide winders in place of this landing. We provide winders and they look like this. So quarter turn, the same staircase, quarter turn staircase, and there instead of providing landing, we provide the winders. So as I said earlier, that winders should be avoided as far as possible. It should be avoided because it is not safe for, as you can see, only this portion can be used I mean, this portion only can be used. Otherwise, this portion is not in use. So but in some places we use this winder also. Then the most common type of staircase that we generally use in multi-story building is the dog-leg staircase, in which half landing is provided, and it looks like this. So in 3D you can see this is the dog-leg staircase, and in plan you can see this landing is called the half landing, halfway landing. Basically it is basically a halfway landing. Sometimes we provide a spiral staircase also, in which a central column is present and it looks like this. So for aesthetical purpose, this staircase is good, but again, from the comfort purpose, again, we are supposed to use only this part only. This part, the inner circular part of the steps are not used. So this is used where there is a space constraints, and also for when we are supposed to use them for aesthetic purpose. So then there we can use this spiral staircase. Now, beside this, I will discuss a very different staircase, which is called the freestanding staircase. Well, this freestanding staircase, it looks like a it looks like a dog-leg staircase, but the connection design in this case is different. Like in case of dog-leg staircase, we provide connection, or we connect the staircase with on the both hand. But in case of freestanding staircase, you can see in the 3D, you can see we have connected this staircase from this end and from this end. This halfway landing is not connected. While in case of dog-leg staircase, we provide supports along the halfway landing also. So that is the only difference between freestanding staircase and the dog-leg staircase. So because in this we are providing less connection, this is also considered as a three-dimensional structure in our design. So this kind of staircase is also used in some buildings. Now, talking about the structural classification of staircase. Well, we do structural classification because while designing the staircase, we are supposed to classify all the category of staircase in some common forms. So mostly, most of the staircase comes into two category. So one category is called the transverse supporting. And generally this category, we have categorized these staircase based on the bending behavior, whether they are bending along the flight or they are bending along the steps. So based on this criteria, we can classify the staircases into two categories. One is the transversely supported staircase, and the second one is the longitudinally supported staircase. So now we will discuss both of them one by one. So first, talking about the transversely supported staircase. Well, in this case, generally the bending of the staircase will be along the steps. For example, just imagine that this is a flight of staircase. So there are two options. Either it can bend like this, or it can bend like this. So the steps will run like this. So if I bend this in this manner, it means the bending is occurring along the steps. Or if I bend this like this, in that case, it is bending along the flight. So when the slab, when the stair slab bending will occur along the steps, then we classify the we classify the staircase as the transversely supported. So in this case, the supports will be, now in this case, what is happening? You can see this is the support and this is the support. So in this case, supports will be parallel to the flight. Supports will be parallel to the flight. So on both ends or on one end, we will be providing the support in this case. So based on this support, there are different types of transversely supported staircase. Now, one can be simply supported steps supported by two walls or beams or a combination of both. So in that case, you can see, now if it is supporting by two walls, so one wall will be here, one wall will be here. Okay, so in that case, these two walls will be considered as the supports. Or what is the other option? Other option is one wall will be here and on the other end, we may provide a beam. So that is a combination. Or in both end, either this end or this end, if we provide beam on both ends, so that may also be a combination. So now I will show you that in the sketch. So the transversely supported staircase will something look like this. So in this case, you can see this is the section of the one step, and it is supported on one end with the wall, and on the other end, it is supported by a beam. So this category is, this this staircase may be categorized as a transversely supported. So bending will occur like this. Similarly, if we talk about the second type of transversely supported staircase, it may be stairs cantilevering from central spine beam or stringer beam. So in this case, if we provide beam centrally to the steps, so in that case, it will be known as stair cantilevering, and it will something look like this. So instead of providing beam on both ends, we have provided beam at the central end. And this central beam, I have shown a photo to have an idea how this beam will look like. Although this is not a reinforced concrete staircase, but the idea is that the beam will run centrally, and the span, they will basically be acting as a cantilever from both ends. So the bending may occur like this. So this part of step will bend like this. Similarly, this part of steps will bend like this. So this is the second type, in which again bending is occurring along the transverse direction of the staircase. Then the third category, in this third category, what we can do is we will provide beam on one end of the steps and the other end may be free. So in that case, it will be a cantilever steps and it will look like this. So in this case, you can see we have provided beam only at one end in between the wall and this end is free. So in that case, it will be known as steps cantilevering from wall. And I have provided a photo to have a better idea. So in this case, you can see these are the isolated steps which are directly connected to the beam. So they are supported from one end and from the other end, it is cantilevered. So these three categories comes into this form, which is transversely supported staircase. Now talking about the second type of structural classification, and that is longitudinally supported staircase. Now in this case, the bending will occur along the direction of movement or along the direction of flight. So these stairs span between the supports. Now I will again show you with the help of, yes. Again, earlier we have talked about bending of flight in this manner. Now this bending will occur only when we provide support on these two ends. Now, if we provide support on one end and on the other end, in that case, it will bend like this. And when it bends along the direction of flight, then we call this type of staircase as longitudinally supported staircase. So in this category also, there can be a lot of combination depending on the type of support or the location of support where we are providing. Like if we talk about the case A, in this internal beams at the ends of flight, in addition to the beams or walls at the outside edges of the landing, and it will something look like this. Yes. So in this case, you can see support is provided at this point, then at this point, at this point, and at this point. So this bending will occur like this, and this bending will be here. So these three bending will be separate. Or in this case, you can see one support is here, one support is here, and the second support is here, and the third support will be here, and the fourth support is here. So bending, central bending will occur like this, and this bending will occur, the bending of landing will occur like this, and this bending will also be happening like this. So that is the case A of longitudinally supported staircase. Similarly, if we talk about the second case, which is beams or walls at the outside edges of the landing. In this case, when we provide beam, when we are not providing beam at this junction we are not providing. Similarly, we are not providing at this junction. I'm talking about this junction. We are providing support only at this point and only at this point. It will look like this. So in this case, you can see we have provided support only at this end, and either we provide here or we provide here, which means we have provided only two supports. So in that case, bending will occur like this. So that is the second case. Similarly, if we talk about the third case can be landing that are supported by beams or wall running in the longitudinal direction. Now, it means the support is provided parallel to the shorter span of landing. First, you will see in the diagram. Here you can see this is the beam provided parallel to the shorter span of the landing. Similarly, here also we have provided beam at this end. In the plan, you will understand. Yes. So here we have provided beam here, one beam here, then the second beam here, and this one here. So in this case, what is happening? In this case, one bending will be happening like this, and the bending of landing, it will not be happening like this. Why? Because we have already provided the beam or support here. So where bending will occur? Bending here in this case will be parallel to the steps. So technically, in this case, what is happening? In this case, what is happening? First, in the flight, bending is occurring like this, and bending in the landing, it is occurring like this. So this is occurring in the direction of flight, and bending in the landing, it is like this. You can see here. So that is the case in this case. Similarly, a case D can be in combination of the three cases we have discussed earlier. So depending on the type of support where we are providing, bending will occur. Similarly, if we provide bending, if we provide support at this point and at this point, then bending will be like this. Or if we provide support one beam here and one beam here, so in that case, this landing will be cantilevered, so it will bend like this, and in between the support, it will bend like this. Similarly, if it is cantilevered, then it will bend like this. So there may be many combinations depending on the location of the supports. So that comes into the category of longitudinally supported staircase. So now in the next part, we will continue our discussion. Thank you.